time on Cavalletti Clips, we catch up with Thompson and Redwood to find out what makes a great horse feed. We head to our state equestrian centre to find out about the big changes. It's winter. Is it time to buy clippers or time to ring a professional?
Oh, I don't know how you do this job. Look how hairy you are.
It's rare to go to a job interview in jodhpurs, and right now, Off the Track and Rawah have careers in racing just waiting for you. Number 7 in the Coaches Masterclass series saw the fans flock to see legendary Nadine Merriweather.
Tomorrow I'm riding Grand Prix thanks to Nadine. She's amazing. We are so lucky to have her here.
And Cavalletti Clips catches up with show jumping personality Adam Geldard to ask the hard question, so where have you been? It's time to settle into your saddle and enjoy this episode of Cavalletti Clips.
I'm Stephen Lamont and I'm the General Manager for Thompson and Redwood. I'm the luckiest person in the feed industry because I work for a company that is really proud of what it makes. We produce lots of different feeds for lots of different animals, but the main products we make are for horses. We rely on our sponsored riders primarily to give us feedback on how we can make improvements to our feeds. We're very proud to have a team literally out in the field to give us valuable feedback on how to fine-tune our products. This in turn allows us to change some of our products and our manufacturing processes to make sure that everybody gets a huge benefit from their knowledge on how those feeds are supposed to perform in their specialised field.
What do I look for in a good feed for my horses? I look for something that's going to fill nutritional requirements daily, keep their physical condition, but also sort of keep their mind nice and cool. I've been using Thompson and Redwood products for the last 3 months now. I've been more than happy with them. They're a great Western Australian company. They use all local produce, which really appeals to me, and they're a good quality feed. Of all the products, which one have I found works best for myself? I've found great success with the Clayton's pellets. They're a great additive to their feeding requirements, and they've kept them really nice and cool and also in good condition. How long did it take before I saw a benefit? I'd say definitely within a month of using them, I saw a benefit. Like I say, I've just been really happy with the product so far and looking forward to continuing with it.
Now let's be honest, we've all bought a pair of clippers with great intentions. And come this winter, they are probably still at the bottom of the cupboard. Truth is, it's a skill, and some would say an art. So we sent Dazza to meet professional clipper Eve Jarvis and get the dirt on this dirty job.
So Eve, clipping horses, do not try and tell me that it's good fun and you enjoy it. It's a horrible, horrible thing that has to be done.
It is, and you get very dirty and very hairy, and you get beaten up a lot.
Beaten up?
By the horses.
Really?
It's really dangerous. It's a really dangerous job.
Is there anything that the owner of the horse could do to make your life a bit easier?
Now, funny you should say that, because there's a few things that us clippers would really like people to do for us. Yes. Should we?
Far away. Okay.
So, number 1, a dirty horse is hard to clip. When we're clipping sand and dirt and sweat, we can't get the clippers flat against the skin, and we can't do a good job for you. So if you leave a dirty horse, we get lines like this that we then have to try and rub out. You can see.
Well, who was supposed to have cleaned this one?
The owner said that this was bathed yesterday. It must have rolled.
Now, when you're in the midst of it and you've got hair and sweat and WD-40 and diesel, is there something that we shouldn't say to our clipper?
The best one is, I don't know how you do this job with that hair all over you. It just really makes you feel great. Yeah. Oh, I don't know how you do this job. Look how hairy you are. Like it's not obvious that we have got hair in every orifice.
Now let's be honest, our beloved State Equestrian Centre has been well overdue for a facelift. And in these difficult times, the centre appears to be being brought back to its former glory. We caught up with Dwight Pedlow to find out how it's being done.
I'm here to talk about the centre. Now, from my perspective, it looks $1 million. New fans, the frontage looks fantastic. You've clearly got a to-do list. What have you done and what have you got on the list to tick off?
Yeah, I've been really fortunate being here for the past 8 months or so. The Department of Sport and Rec had funded us for the improvements such as the fans you've mentioned, which is fantastic, refurbishment of the stable complex, the stable dividers there. We have new reticulation system on the oval, the new front fence, and the cleaning up of the outside of the building, including the upstairs bar area. So that's all been funded by the Department of Sport and Recreation, and we're seeing the benefit of it today. It looks absolutely fantastic.
It's wonderful, isn't it? What's planned for the future?
The biggest plan for the future now is to continue looking at improvements to the place, but now moving on to my job of really with Equestrian WA, we're looking at the board, at the membership structure, how we can improve, get some extra categories in there for membership, for encourage at the grassroots level, and also how we can support the current members we have better, and also especially the affiliated clubs.
That sounds like good news for the members. I've got to say, it's great to be able to talk to the bloke at the helm of the ship, and I do appreciate you talking to us. Did you realise that you said that the fans were fantastic? Was that deliberate?
Yeah. Better than stirring, I guess.
Thanks for joining us.
Pleasure, Darren.
One of the great initiatives that Dwight and his team have put together is the Coaches Masterclass. These evenings included jumping, eventing, and confirmation. So our reporter, being a huge fan of the code of dressage, headed down to see what all the fuss was about.
Sarah, fantastic evening this evening. In dressage terms, packed. You've been running these masterclasses. They've been successful, haven't they?
They have. I have to say this evening was a great success. We had just an incredible turnout and a great group of very enthusiastic dressage followers, and it was really, really exciting to see so many people there, and particularly from all the clubs and coaches and riders. It was really fantastic.
Fabulous. Nadine gave us a full explanation of the importance of lateral suppleness from the beginning of prelims through to Grand Prix. It was very interesting.
You were actually listening, weren't you?
I was actually, amazingly so. I hadn't started drinking back then, so. And what did you think, Val?
I've worked with Nadine for over many years, and her way of being able to put something in a way that the average person can actually understand it is absolutely fantastic. And she has marvellous analogies and similes and things like that that just make it so much easier.
Most of us sadly have to go to work, but could you imagine your hobby being your job? Off the Track, in conjunction with RAWA, held the Inter-Schools versus Jockey competition to highlight the opportunities and careers in racing. We start off with an amazing jump-off from Angus Donovan, and then catch up with Ron Fleming to find out more about the racing industry.
You've got to bear in mind we have about 100 race day riders in Western Australia, so 100 jockeys and apprentice jockeys.
Wow.
But we have about 1,500 track riders, so there are people that are just that little bit bigger than jockeys that ride the horses in their exercise and the work, and they school them and they train them. And then of course you've got all your stable hands and your horse trainers and all of that. So the actual footprint of racing, there's far more jobs than most people even imagine.
Ron, you just said 1,500 track riders.
Correct.
Wow, that really surprises me. Any chance of someone like me?
Absolutely. We have within track work, there's what's called slow work riders and fast work riders. And
what are you trying to say, Ron?
The slow work riders tend to be the people that can ride the young horses, do the miles on them. They don't have to be quite as light. The fast work track riders, most of them are probably in 60 kilos or under, so 65, 68 kilos is quite acceptable for a track rider. And of course jockeys, they need to be able to ride somewhere around 54, 55 kilos to have a really good career. But some of our heavyweight jockeys never ride lighter than 56 or 57.
Ron, you've put me straight into the heavyweight section. I will be at the track first thing in the morning. Thanks for your time.
At Cavalletti Clips, we are always looking for innovative, new equestrian product that break the mould. And this time round, we caught up with Gary Johnson.
Today we're going to talk about some horse boots. And very rarely do I get excited, but today I'm extremely excited about these boots that are on this horse that aren't like any other boot on the planet. They were designed, they're 100% Italian made and designed by Michael Jung. And when he designed the boots, he wanted some strict criteria that the boot manufacturer had to adhere to. Firstly, the boots have to be extremely light. So these boots are 165 grams, so there's absolutely no weight in them at all. Secondly, they couldn't absorb water. So going through water jumps, cross-country water jumps, the boots will stay the same weight. So the horse isn't carrying around those heavy waterlogged boots, which are very tiring. The next, they needed to be extremely safe for the horse and very shock absorbent. So we have a mixture of carbon fibre and Kevlar, which is exactly the same product which is used in bulletproof vests, and that is there to protect the horse, there the tendons, and on the front boot also the cannon. They are also lined with a what they call a HCl high impact foam, which is fully breathable and vented throughout. So in the heat of the competition, keeps the horse's leg cool. And finally, the last criteria that Michael wanted was to have a boot that was very easy to take off and very quick. So after your horses come back from cross country and they are all pumped up and they don't stand still, but it is paramount to try and get those legs cool and cool the horse down as quick as we can, we need to take these boots off very quickly. And of course, when they're moving around, it's quite difficult to get down and unbuckle boots, etc. And it can be quite dangerous as well. But with these boots, they are quite simple, that we just have a quick release system there, and the boot just comes away like so. There, boots away like so. Very simple, very easy, no one gets hurt. The horse can now be, legs can be cooled down. They make your dressage boots, they make E-up jumping boots, they make the open front jumping boots in fleece lined, also with HCl foam. They also make stable, magnetic stable boots, and the white dressage boot, of course, which also has quick release. So after warm up before a competition, you want to release those boots quickly. It's very simple and easy for the groom or stable hand to do that. So come on down to our store and we can show you the range, and who knows, you may even get a cap.
Now, who would have thought a horse float from Bindoon Tractors would have been viewed over 4 million times? Cavalletti is all about marketing. A bad ad will never sell a good horse. This month, we stumbled across Raised in Flames, also known as Chopper. Raised in Flames is a beautiful off-the-track horse, but even his name sells him short. So we have made it our goal to find Chopper a fantastic home. Now, if in 4 weeks' time Chopper hasn't found his new family, we are going to give him a Cavalletti makeover. He will be vetted, tubbed and scrubbed, and even schooled by a riding professional. To complete his makeover, he will be videoed Hollywood style. To advertise him nationally as this little champion's price tag of $450, including gear, is just plain old wrong. As horse people, we all understand the horses can be tough, not to mention life itself. So it is always great to enjoy a success story. A couple of decades ago, a young show jumper impressed the crowds of the day by jumping without a saddle, without a bridle, and a total disregard of the cars underneath him. So where is he now? It's a very good question.
Okay, Adam Geldarth, I'm sorry to grab you straight away. You've just gotten off your horse. You've done a fantastic round. Now, you've been away from show jumping for quite some considerable time, but you're back with a vengeance. You're going well.
Thanks.
What's going on?
Thanks, Des. Yeah, had a break and I started coming to a few shows there, and used to catch up with a few of my old jumping buddies and ask them how it was all going, and started to slightly feel a bit envious again. I've sort of been pretty busy just doing teeth for the last sort of 17 years, and I had a few health problems there for a while, but back on track, healthy and itchy to get back into it. Started sort of coming to a couple of shows here and there, and Dubbo approached me at Bustleton a couple of years ago and sort of tapped me on the shoulder and said, "Hey Ad, I've got a nice horse back at the stables if you'd like to come and have a look. I can see you're picking up lots of poles, but what say you come and have a look at one of mine?"
And the last time I saw you show jumping was with no saddle, no bridle, and jumping a couple of utes. I guess the big question is that ever going to happen again?
I don't know, Darren. I was a fair bit younger then. Yeah, look, I don't know, man. I'm a bit more conservative these days.
Now, talking of conservative, we've got to tackle the rumour, the big rumour. You've been having lessons with the dressage coach.
Yes, that's
what
right.
the hell?
Yes, mate. So my sister Ruth is a keen dressage rider, and when we heard that your wife Lizzie was organising the Dean Merriweather lessons once a month, I thought I'd better jump on that bandwagon. She's a hard coach, but yeah, look, I get so much out of them, so yeah, it's been good, been really good.
And so, with show jumping, you've been away for quite some considerable time. What have you noticed that's changed?
Lots of things, Darren. The gear's a lot lighter, the poles are...
There's a bit more bling, isn't there, as well?
Yeah, there's a lot more bling, both riders and courses. You know, we've obviously got lots of, flash new gear to jump with, gets the horses sort of looking, backing off fences a bit more. There's a lot of, obviously, back when I was jumping in the state squad, it was back in the late 90s, I think it was. We used to mostly ride thoroughbreds back then, and normally off the track. So definitely different to the modern warm blood. I think when I was just getting out of jumping, the warm blood sort of started coming in. So nowadays there's so many fantastic, beautiful warm bloods, and still some nice thoroughbreds here and there as well. But look, the riders, there's a lot of young riders that ride very, very well. And of course, we've got some great coaches over here. I go to David Dobson, and you know, the competition's stiff. I mean, these kids can really ride well. So it's bloody tough, actually, mate. But I'm enjoying every moment of it, and yeah.
And look, it looks like you're enjoying it.
Thanks.
I think you're an inspiration. I think a lot of people will be looking at you ride and backing you all the way.
Thanks
so much for joining us on Cavalletti Clips.
Okay, thanks for your time. Okay, bye, mate.
Bingo.
So thank you for joining us on Cavalletti Clips. If you feel that your event, product or horsey story deserves some clip time, we would love to hear from you.